What a beautiful morning out here on the farm today. Sunny, no wind, nice and cool. It's right around 8:30, just finished up my weighted workout. There goes Seika, she's coming in with us. We're gonna go finish up with some cardio, boys. Starting doing a lot more jump rope lately. A little bit of jump rope this morning. We got these natural raspberry plants all across this field back here. I mean, these, when they sprout, they're gonna be amazing if the sheep don't get to them before I do.
We are back. Made a quick pit stop this morning, got some cracked corn. We're not gonna worry about taking that down there right now. We're gonna head out to the shop, crack the gates open, let the sheep out, and then we got a little surprise to work on today. Here they come. Let's get everything set down and get right to work. Now it doesn't want to stay on. I think it's an intake issue. Either way, we're gonna make some space in here. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna get to work and see if we can fire it back on. So we got our push back. It's pretty heavy, moves pretty smooth. Let's see what we can do. I think our problem lies here. We're gonna take off this cover. There's an air filter in here. What it does is once it fires on, it runs and then it bogs out. I don't think it's getting good airflow. I know we've cleaned the filter once. Grab the toolbox and the compressor. We're gonna start off by cleaning up all the dust that's settled. It's been sitting in here for at least 4 or 5 months since the last time it stopped working. Remove the cover to the filter. This thing was a pain in the ass to get out of here. It was such a tight spot, but the filter is pretty dirty. We've never replaced it before. Might be a good idea to order another one. I'm gonna start off by spraying some starting fluid in the intake and see if she'll come alive for us. Filter comes out pretty easy. Let's see if this does anything. I didn't put too much in there. Battery's still good. We got some gas. Woo! What do you know? A little bit of starting fluid. After a couple attempts, she fired up. Maybe it's just the air filter. I don't know. Really don't want to run it like this. Don't want stuff getting caught up in here. It's pulling pretty good. Nice. This thing's been sitting for a couple months, but it fired up pretty easy. Well, she's on and she's idling fine, so I guess let's put it in gear and see how she drives. Well, I'll tell you what. She idles just fine, but when you go to stomp the gas or give it any real gas, it starts to bog out on you. So definitely not running right. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna let this thing idle for a couple minutes. Sit and idle for about 3 or 4 minutes. It cut itself off. I think it might be a little bit deeper than the air filter. It's got some age to it. Maybe the intake or carb needs a good clean out. I'm really not sure, but I know we do have a fuel to air ratio problem when I go to hit the gas. It's not too dirty in here, but it is a little bit dirty in here. When you hit the gas, that flap opens up, letting airflow in. I got that throttle body cleaned up. I went ahead and put this piece on just temporarily. Put some of this carb and air intake cleaner in there, let it run. We'll see if that cleanup job did anything. Also cleaned the filter out with the compressor. Put some of this fuel injector cleaner in the gas. I know this thing runs, so I don't want to tear too much apart. Who knows, it could be a fuel pump issue with some buildup in there. Put this seat back real quick. Let's see if she'll fire back up. This thing is running a lot better now. When I stop on the gas, sometimes it runs fine, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure if it was an intake and filter problem or if it could be a pump problem. I know this thing's pretty dirty, so we have a outlet and a return line here. I'm gonna take them off. Took off the vent line. We're gonna pull the fuel pump out and just take a look in the tank and see how dirty it is. Maybe some of the lines are clogged up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not a pro mechanic, but we will figure this out. Got both of the gas lines removed. We just gotta make sure we put them back on correctly, but thankfully there's a diagram here. Also got the connector removed. Comes in 2 pieces, nothing broke. I got the fuel pump removed. Seems to be in pretty good shape. I thought maybe one of these tubes had buildup in them or some kind of filter, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Inside the tank isn't too dirty either. So let's put this thing back. Reinstalled the pump. Before I hooked up the gas lines, I did flush the line out. Taking a look at the injector, it was a bit dirty in here. We got everything put back together, cleaned up the injector. It fired right up. Let's take it for a little spin. So far, so good. While we're riding around, I picked up this bag of cracked corn this morning. Let's get it taken down to the goats barn. We're just cruising around. It's not bogging too much anymore. I'm not sure what we did, but we did it right.